Hi, this is Frank with a Frank Opinion. Some of you may think that I'm a little over the top today, but I really don't think so, and I want you to bear with me. A little history. June 6, 1944, Allied Commander Dwight D. Eisenhower leads forces storming the beaches of Normandy, France, in Operation Overlord, in order to save the democracies of Western Europe, as well as our own, from the German Blitzkriegs. And I put the title here, Blitzkrieg, right down here, because I think that our country right now is going basically through a blitzkrieg of sorts. And let me read to you what the definition of a blitzkrieg is. Is a method of warfare whereby an attacking force, spearheaded by a dense concentration of armored and motorized or mechanized infantry formations, breaks through the opponent's line of defense by short, fast, powerful attacks, and then dislocates the defenders, using speed and surprise to encircle them. Through the employment of the blitzkrieg, it attempts to unbalance the enemy by making it difficult for it to respond to the continuously changing front, then defeat it in a decisive attack. That's what I think we've had going on in the United States, and I think it's been accelerated recently. So let me give you some examples of the blitzkrieg. Regulators representing corporate America being hired and appointed to our regulatory agencies, federal agencies. They're there on behalf of corporations. Net neutrality right now is at risk. We've seen an erosion of worker rights over the years. We have the Koch brothers and Sinclair Broadcasting attempting to purchase additional media outlets. Sinclair basically has the majority of TV and broadcasting stations and print media in the South and Southwest. Koch brothers is now trying to have a major stake in Time Incorporated. Separation of church and state. Freedom of religion. We have a $500 million edifice going up on Washington, which is a museum of the Bible. That might be okay. It's very close to the White House. It's funded by the owners of Hobby Lobby. To what degree does that represent the beginning of even a most sizable encroachment of religion into our policy making? Erosion of consumer rights. Rampant. Judiciary. The current administration is appointing en masse individuals for lifetime federal appointments to the benches that in some cases are unqualified and in some cases don't have any litigation experience and are almost straight out of college. Lifetime appointment. Erosion of the judiciary. The swamp has increased tenfold since the current administration came into place. The number of individuals heading up cabinet positions or friendly to the corporate sector that they have to deal with is astronomical. Think Scott Pruitt. Think our Commerce Secretary. Think Betsy DeVos. And we have a president who is literally sabotaging our national security, undermining our intelligence agencies, not agreeing with their assessment about the use of cyber warfare in our elections. Everybody in Europe believes it. We have a blitzkrieg going on. And I think this represents Normandy, the Republican tax bill. It's got to be stopped. There is no evidence that trickle-down economics works, that it grows the economy and increases jobs. None. The legacy of Gingrich, Norquist, and Clinton continue to drive our policy making. Gingrich, number one, he came up with the fantastic strategy that making Americans hate government would help install him as House Speaker and control of Congress by the Republican Party. Newt Gingrich, you hate government. Grover Norquist, You hate taxes. I don't know how you and I are thinking of paying for education, for roads, for bridges, for police, for health, etc., for defense, without taxes. Taxes binds us as a people. Yes, they have to be spent well, effectively, and efficiently, but you have to have taxes. You can't hate them. And Bill Clinton, among other things, driving the Democratic Party to the right, wooing Wall Street, Telecommunications Act of 1996, which allowed for the control and the consolidation of media companies. The Republican Party has no interest, zero interest in making government work. When are you going to get it? I'm not talking about Republicans as individual citizens. I'm talking about the party. The party has no interest, which is the reason why they flounder, which is the reason why they can't come up with a solution. They can't talk about program. The only thing they do, their answer for everything is cutting taxes, because they haven't had an interest in making government work for us. Policy. I hope you understand this. I've been looking at this for over 45 years. Policies that benefit the wealthy and corporations have accelerated at a far greater pace than policies that affect moderate, poor Americans, working poor, it's a big sizable category, and middle-class Americans. These policies hardly exist anymore because we have what we have right now in terms of the blitzkrieg. The policies that benefit, including the current Republican tax bill, wealthy and corporations, has proceeded dramatically over the last 30 years. If you like the movie, you'll like this. Kill Bill. Kill that Republican tax bill. Maximum pressure on Senators Collins, Murkowski, Johnson, Corker, McCain, Flake, and Tim Scott. What he's doing on the Republican side of the aisle with the fact that these policies devastate his own racial community is beyond me. The man that Democrats lead, an example is set in Michael Bennet from Colorado, who has been doing a tremendous amount on his website, on Facebook, etc., trying to fight this bill. The Democrats should have a counter proposal. Leave House and Senate chambers. Go into the community. Go into your states. Go into in states that you're not even representing. Educate Americans. I put here the name of Patricia Valek, a Facebook friend that had a fantastic idea. Why don't we have a consumer uprising? Great idea. No Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Hold money in your pockets. Make a statement by not purchasing anything on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's a great idea. Patricia Valek, remember that name. And the power of women. I think, for a long time actually, that women are the key to making our society and our country better. They poured out in the Women's March. I think they have to pour out again in terms of killing Bill. They have to storm state houses. They have to go to Washington. There's got to be marches that say, you can't do this to my kids and my grandkids and my family. This Republican bill is a monstrosity of evil. And then no rest. We cannot stop there, because the primary thing right now, if you want Medicare for all, infrastructure, funding for education, a more humane and caring society, is kill Bill. But after that, there's a whole lot of work to do. Thanks.